This next section is going to be on systems of linear inequalities. So first of all, we need to know what is a system of linear equality. Well, it's just two or more, I'm trying to get that. It's just two or more linear equations, linear inequalities. Two or more linear inequalities. Now, how do you find the solution? Because remember when we did solutions of linear equations, it was either one, the intersection point, parallel lines, no solution, or the same line, infinitely many. This is different. Now we're going to have intersecting lines, but we've got shaded areas. We're shading above, we're shading below. So the solution to a system of linear inequalities is the overlapping shaded region. That is going to be the solution to your inequality. And you're going to have a lot of them. You can't just name one of them. You got to name all of them. So that's why it's done with shading. So let's take a look at number one. I'm going to do these in different colors just so you can see. I'll do the odd ones. So I'm going to do this guy in red. It's already in slope-intercept form, so I begin at -1. It's a negative slope, so down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. This part we've done. Now, remember your skier. Your skier's up here. He's going downhill. It's a negative slope. And it's greater than. So it's not equal to, so that means I have a dotted line. And it's greater than, so I'm going to shade above the skier. I'm shading all of this. Now, if you want to use map pencils to do it, knock yourself out. But that's going to make that part true. Now I'm going to switch over to blue. And I'm going to do this guy in blue. So I have -5. And my slope's positive. Now it's less than, not equal to. So again, it's going to be a dotted line. Here's my skier. And it says less than. So less than means shade below the skier. So I'm going to shade all of this. And do you see where these overlapping regions come together? I'm going to do it in green just so you can see. So again, these are dotted lines. So the solution, if I said that's a solution, because it's dotted, it's not going to be a solution. The overlapping shaded region is all this in green. So all of these in green are going to be solutions to those systems. And you can take any point you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take this. This point is 7, 0. And 7, 0 better be true in both equations. So if y is 0 and x is 7, -7 minus 1, 0 is greater than -8, that's true. And then 0 is less than 7 minus 2. Or 5, so 0 is less than 2. That's true. So I have shaded correctly. So you can check your answers. Just make sure you choose a point in that shaded region. All right, let's look at number 3. Okay, so number 3, I need to get, I'll do this first one in red. So I need to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract x. I get -4y is less than or equal to -x plus 24. Divide everything by a -4. And remember, if you're dividing by a negative, you got to switch your signs.
Team, you are dismissed.
So I get y is greater than or equal to 1/4 x minus 6. So in red, I'm going to graph -6, up 1 over 4, up 1 over 4, down 1 over 4. It's greater than or equal to, so that means a solid line. So, oh, hang on. Tell me. Sorry, so it's a solid line. So I'm going to go solid line all the way through, arrows on both ends. I put my skier here, and it says y is greater than. So, good luck with your name. So I'm going to shade above. It's greater than. So all of this area is going to be shaded in red. And then I'm going to do this next one in blue. And so my beginning point's 1. My slope is up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and I'm going to reverse it. It's less than or equal to, so it's a solid line. Solid line. Here's my skier. And it says y is less than, so I shade below my skier. So you see where this overlapping region is, and I'm going to highlight it in green. Notice these are equal. So any point along this line and any point along this line will be solutions because it's solid. And then this is where they overlap. So all of these points make that equation true. So when you check your answer, I would just put a point like there because you have a 0 and that makes it easy. Okay, let's look at number 5. Number 5. Again, I'm going to, in red, I'll do this top one. So I got to get y by itself, so subtract 4x on both sides. I get negative 5y is greater than or equal to negative 4x minus 35. Divide everything by a negative 5, and I get y. You're dividing by a negative, so you've got to switch your sign. So y is less than or equal to 4/5 x plus 7. So when I graph, I begin at 7. My slope is up 4/5. I can't go that way, so I'm going to reverse it and go down 4 to the left. Down 4 to the left. It's less than or equal, so it means it's a solid line all the way through, arrow on both ends. Here's my skier. Y is less than, so less than is you shade below. So all of these guys, all of these ordered pairs in here are going to be in red, and anything along the line can be a solution. And then in blue, I'm going to do this guy. So my beginning point's negative 2. My slope is down 1/1, down 1/1. And those are what my points look like. It's greater than, so that means it's going to be a dotted line. Dotted line is greater. Here's my skier going downhill. And it's y is greater than. So I'm going to shade above. So all of this shading is above. So where they overlap, so anywhere along this line is a solution because it's solid. This is dotted, so on this line, that will not be a solution. But anything in between where they are overlapping, that is a solution because it's where they're overlapping. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you're still struggling, come and see me.